Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This is my weekly series where I take a quick look at 4 stocks that I'm planning on buying this upcoming week. Like many of you, I don't have a lot of money, right? I mean, luckily right now I have a 6-figure portfolio, and this is through the strategy that I'm doing right now. Every single week I put X amount of money into the market and I try to see where I can add that money into and make that money work for me. So that kind of strategy has been working, and I'm gonna continue to do it. So today we're gonna take a quick look at 4 stocks. If this is your first time, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment where I have 10 free stock ideas and my free weekly newsletter where I share a lot of great information. The first one should be coming out this Sunday. So let's get started. And just if you guys are here interesting for the overall stocks, let me just share them with you. Later on this episode, I'm gonna explain a little bit more about them. But this is my weekly buy list for the week of November 1st. First stock I'm going to be talking about is MercadoLibre. This is ticker MELI. This is a tier 2 company for me. Again, in my newsletter, I kind of break down these tier levels for me. The reason I want to increase my exposure in MercadoLibre, I already have a position in it. I want to increase my e-commerce Latin America market, and MELI is one of the strongest markets there, hitting Latin America, Brazil, right, Mexico, and Argentina. 3 main markets. Another thing that I'm really enjoying right now is the price point below 1600. The stock price has taken quite a hit, so I'm enjoying that. Facebook is another one in my weekly buy list this time. Obviously a lot of talk about the metaverse, but if you are a previous watcher of this channel, Facebook has been on my buy list numerous times in the previous weeks. It was actually also a tier 1 stock in my portfolio during 2020. So the main reasons I want to increase my exposure is, one, increase my exposure in the advertisement market, super strong, I believe. Also, obviously, the AR VR market, and I'm also enjoying the price points below $330. Facebook right now is looking like a tier 2 plus, and what I mean there is it's very close to becoming another tier 1 company. Maybe in 2021, maybe in 2022 for sure. It might go back to being a tier 1 company in my portfolio. The third company I'm going to take a quick look at is Paysafe. This is traded on the ticker PSFE. This is looking more like a tier 2 plus. Again, it's still going to, I'm expecting to build it a strong position in my portfolio. I want to increase my exposure in the iGaming market. Paysafe provides a lot of payment platform for that market. I want to increase my international fintech market. They're hitting a lot with their eCash solutions in like Latin America and Europe as well. I also enjoy the price point way below $10 right now. Do you want 10 free stock picks right now? Well, if you do, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. Go to fool.com/Jose to get your free 10 stock picks now. The final company I'm going to take a quick look at is DraftKings. This is traded on the ticker DKNG. It is a tier 2 plus company in my portfolio and is trying to get a position into that level. The main reason I want to increase that betting market exposure in my account. Also, I do believe DraftKings is one of the biggest innovators in the digital market. Kind of fast forward in the future, if we ever enter into a metaverse, right? I'm not saying that's where I'm investing now, but I believe if we ever get to the metaverse in the next 10, 15 years, the way things are going right now, the way I see innovation, DraftKings, in my opinion, could be one of the first ones to really focus on some form of like metaverse casino, in my opinion, right? Again, this is not the main reason I'm investing. I just believe their company is very innovative, and for that reason, I can really see this being a strong potential play even in the future. I'm also enjoying the price point below $50. So those are the 4 stocks. If that's all you're here for, feel free. If not, I'm going to take a quick look at some of the technicals, some of the fundamental metrics, and some recent news for each of these stocks. Like I said, if you want to get this kind of weekly newsletter where I also have like a lot of the companies I've been looking at in the past, in the recent earnings, I've just started this. A lot of great information, and every week is going to increase. Sign up for the weekly newsletter. Link should be down on the pinned comment. So let's get started with the rest of the episode. So like I mentioned, MercadoLibre right now sitting at at $1,481. We can see year to date, the stock is actually down roughly 10%. And from its 52-week high, which is roughly right here, is down about 25.36. Some things I like outside of the price point for MercadoLibre is EV to EBITDA ratio. If we're taking a look since January of 2020, it doesn't look that crazily overpriced. If we take a look at current price to sales ratio, current price to sales ratios is actually value seen in even in 2019, right? And this is a company that's grown so much more, expanded into new markets as well. So MercadoLibre definitely looks pretty attractive. One thing I do want to say, hey, some tailwinds is headwinds. Global e-commerce, some securities have said that global e-commerce might see a slowdown before accelerating again. So this kind of slowdown, it might be impacting. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm more of a long-term investor. Short term, hey, we might see some tailwinds, headwinds that might decelerate that growth, but potential future growth is still looking super impressive. Another thing is MercadoLibre is expected to report earnings on November 4th, 2021 for their third fiscal quarter, which ended September 30th. Now let's take a quick look at Facebook, or soon to be called Meta Platforms Inc. I believe it's called. I forget the actual true name. I know it's Meta something. Ticker is expected to change in December 1st. And this is something I'm going to be doing a video a little bit more on in the future. Right now, 323, like I mentioned, I really like it below that 330 price point right now. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 15.34%. Yes, there was a bit of excitement yesterday when the market, when this whole change happened. Stock went up 2%. I still like it at these price points. And this is a company I've been talking about way before this Meta thing. The only thing I want to say is, obviously, Facebook has always been talking about the metaverse, about virtual reality, about augmented reality. But the big change that has happened is just seeing management. Yes, they talked about it, but now they're really showing that this is where they want to go, right? Kind of changing the name to metaverse, kind of showing that, hey, they're going to be spending a lot more money in data centers, in network equipment, and things for virtual reality and augmented reality. Now they're putting their money where their mouth is, and that's why I really like it a little bit more now, and the potential of being a tier 1 company in my portfolio. Recent news for Facebook, like I mentioned, they are kind of changing their name to the Meta company. If we take a look at forward EV to EBITDA ratio, it doesn't look that expensive, 13.06 compared to where it's been in the past. Current price to sales ratio is about 8.2. Again, these are levels kind of seen in 2019 as well. So to me, Facebook has that strong, it's I want to say nicely priced for current metrics, and it's also becoming a company with huge growth potential, even though it was already growing at strong levels. It's more of like becoming a strong, innovative market. The next one we're going to take a quick look at is Paysafe. This is sitting at $7.80. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down big, about 59.46. I believe the first time I started buying in this stock was in the $8. So even though stock price has definitely taken a big hit, I've been keeping an eye on it, but I didn't like it until we got into better price point valuations. At these below $10, I really like. Even right now, like I mentioned, my first buying opportunity was around the 8s, and I've been buying throughout the dips. So Paysafe, what do I like about Paysafe? First, they're overall, they are more payment platforms. They deal with a lot of iGamification, with a lot of gaming, and they're also dealing with a lot of kind of e-cash solutions in places that don't have banking, like Latin America, Europe as well. So I'm really excited within that market. Another thing is, Paysafe is expected. They continue, if you go to their investors relations, they continue to team up with form of digital wallets, with more iGamification companies, with more sports betting companies, and this is a market that I personally believe will continue to grow. Next, Paysafe is expected to report their third quarter earnings on November 10th of 2021. Now the final company I want to take a quick look at is DraftKings. Right now sitting at $46.59. Like I mentioned, I really like it below that $50 price point. Right now from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 35.27%. Super excited about this. This is one that I got in when it was a SPAC. I think it was FEAC. So I'm really into it. All these I have in my portfolio. All these at the moment, I believe only Paysafe is the only loser in my account. Everything else has been a nice, at least double digits, some even triple digit growers already. And I'm still dollar cost averaging into them, right? So DraftKings, what I really enjoy is, first of all, the overall sports betting market is expanding, right? We're seeing new states legalizing sports betting, fantasy sports betting, fantasy sports book, or iGamification, which is kind of like online casino. So that's a market I believe is gonna continue to grow. Another thing is I feel DraftKings is a very innovative company. The management behind them continues to make new concepts. One of the most recent is their DraftKings marketplace. So this is why I kind of mentioned that, hey, if we ever think in the future, if there's a current casino company or current sports betting company that I believe can make it into the metaverse first, again, not the only reason, but it kind of shows that innovative thought process that, hey, this is management that I believe can see the future and how to grab more users, is DraftKings. We can see their marketplace. They kind of do NFT sales outs here. They have worked with numerous artists, or I want to say sports celebrity athletes. That's the word I'm looking for. From Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, recently, I forget, numerous, Tony Hawk, another one. They had numerous. And recently, for the Halloweens, they kind of did this collection with Saw, the scary movie, now during Halloween process. And NFTs, they kind of have some kind of method to them. So if you have this key, for example, you're able to receive some digital places, or you're able to do some stuff with these membership in a way. So this key kind of allows you to enter certain things within this Saw Chapter 1 collection. So there's some kind of value to having this NFTs. It's kind of like a key to a form of membership. DraftKings, like I mentioned, if we take a quick look at all stock prices, looking at the technicals that I follow, none of them are overextended. We can see Facebook not overextended from neither short term or medium term. Same could be said about DraftKings. Same could be said about MercadoLibre. Same could be said about Paysafe. So I'm really liking all four companies in their price points. Again, if you guys want to take a quick look at my PowerPoint presentation, feel free to do so. It will be sent out on my weekly newsletter. Take care, guys. Have a good night, and see you next time.